Hi folks, welcome to another episode of Poway Professor. It's Mark, and today I'm going to be doing a gear haul. If you watch one of my recent videos, possibly even last week's video, depending on when I post this one, I was doing a review of the Fender BG-31MTB acoustic electric bass short scale 32 inch. And I mentioned at the end of that video that I had already purchased a new acoustic electric guitar, a 34-inch full-length guitar, and that it was on its way. So it had to arrive. Now, it's been a couple weeks. It finally got here, and I'm ready to open it up. And if you saw that video, I asked you to guess and see if you can guess which manufacturer I went with. It's not Fender this time. It's a different manufacturer. And let's find out what it is. Now, I'm going to unbox it because when it arrived, it has some damage to the box. So I'm a little concerned about the integrity of the guitar. Let's see how it came out. This freaking... There. Alright. Wah, wah, wah. That was not cool. Alright, so I'm just going to have to lay it down and pull it out because it's like you almost have to do it outdoors. You don't have much room. This box is a full 60 inches, or about 150 centimeters long. 60 inches. 60 inches. Well, there it is. The neck appears to be intact. So far, so good. Let's see how the headstock. I see the headstock. I'm going to have to put it on the chair. I see strings. Now here's an interesting little thing to note. I think this is supposed to be new, but I don't know if it is. It might be used. It might be secondhand. The strings don't look brand new. Maybe it was a display model. That's it. Certainly, I would just say the most oddly wrapped guitar I've ever received. So it's now, without giving it too much away, let's see you guitar aficionados out there. Do you see this headstock? Do you see the shape of this headstock? Do you recognize it? Some of you are calling it out at your screens, at your phones. You know what it is. Let me get the rest of the bubble wrap on. So, I'm ready to unveil the manufacturers. Are you ready? Before I do, click like and give me a thumbs up. And click subscribe if you want to see more gear hauls like this. Alright, here goes. Behold the Dean EABC electric acoustic with a cutaway bass guitar that I just bumped on my studio. Oh, and they left it tuned in. It feels great. I'm going to note this is not brand new, so I'm going to have to go check the ad once again, but I'm going to get a real close-up on those. Especially, let's look down here, down at the lower fret, so you can see. So let's just take a whole look. So for those of you that recognize the headstock, yes, this is a Dean. See that from the headstock with the wings. These strings are not new, which actually I'm happy about because I want to replace them with flat wound. Bonk, there I go again. So I will be doing that shortly, but we'll probably be cutting at least one track on these old strings before I replace them. Ooh, I like the sound. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, it needs to be tuned up, so let's tune it up and see how it sounds. It's a full 34 inches. The scale is I have grooved nuts. It looks like this one does not. This is a synthetic bridge, so this is one of their more recent models. It looks like a mahogany bridge, and that would mean this is a synthetic nut. So it's synthetic nuts. I could stand to replace the nuts when I replace the strings. All right, but let's plug it in and see how it sounds. Mr. Dean guitar. And just for the record, let's have a look on the inside here. There we go. So let's tune it up, and then I'll plug it in and see how it sounds amplified. Now, one of the reasons to have an acoustic electric bass is so you can play acoustic. Just I'm loving this bass already because it has a much longer fretboard. It's so much easier to play, even though the strings have a lot more tension than the short scale. I'm having to press harder to hold them down, but it's so much easier to get a clean sound. All right, well, I'm ready to plug it in. Well, first of all, whoa, before I plug it in, let's have another look. I get carried away. I want to hear it. All right, so what do we have on the sides and back? I don't know. It looks like mahogany again. So based on the color of the top, I'm going to guess a spruce top, mahogany sides and back, NATO neck, and it looks like a mahogany bridge. So, oh no, actually, this looks like rosewood, some kind of rosewood fretboard and bridge, although this could be ebony. I don't know. That would be a strange choice, but it looks really dark for rosewood. But I'm going to say it's rosewood fretboard and bridge. So, as always, I'll put the actual specifications right here as to what it constitutes this electric acoustic bass. I misspoke on the previous video. I said it was a Florentine cutout, and it is not. It is this curve. A Florentine cutout has a sharp corner like a classical instrument right here, a little point. This one's a nice curved one. I do like this because I do like playing up 17th fret, 19th fret. See, even there, that was my mistake. That made the buzz. I can play this so cleanly without buzz. And on the Fender, the frets up here around 9 through 12 were closer together than these up around 15 through 17. So I really, really love this fretboard already. Plus, it's kind of a narrow one. It's more like an electric bass. Kind of. All right. It's sticky. It was a little unclear whether the condition was new. It wasn't used, but it was like new out of the box. But based on the condition, it's been handled a lot of different times. Probably sitting out on the showroom floor. Look at what else we have here. So I'm looking now. We've got power. It is on. Okay, so the battery's still on. We can tune. Oh, it's got an onboard tuner. Yeah. And then we've got, again, a 3-level EQ. We've got bass, middle, and treble, and a volume knob. What this phaser is? It's got a phase button. All right. If you know what the phase button is for, leave me a comment below. I admit I am not a bass player. I'm very new to playing bass. I've been playing bass for a long time, but I play infrequently, maybe 2 or 3 times a month. So you can see just what I'm talking about. We've got bass, middle, and treble across the bottom here. Looks like we have a volume knob here. For the phase buttons over here, two kinds of tuning. You can either do it pitch or by note. And now I'm going to find out what it sounds like amplified for the first time. Set up. So we're just going to plug it right in, the old Dean Markley, and crank it up. In fact, this will be set to the same settings that I was playing the Fender to. So, well, now it does have a different sound, doesn't it? If we could have the tone of the Fender on this one and the feel of this one. It's pretty percussive. Is there like a... Well, that's what the phase button does. It sounds more like the feedback button. Let's cut the volume up. All right, here's a problem. First problem. It's got a dirty volume on. Crunchy, crunchy, crunchy. That sounds pretty good. So now let's go through the PA system and see what that sounds like. All right. I do kind of know what I'm doing sometimes. Got some pop to it. Ooh. Distortion. Wow, this thing really packs a punch. I can turn this way down. It's got a little preamp in it. This thing is really cranked. About -2, -1 cents. Pretty close to E. Let's try the intonation. -14 cents. And now the 12th fret. About 5 or 6 cents off. It does have a truss rod, so I do believe a truss rod adjustment is in order. This has been played a lot, as I said. I can tell it's been played a lot. Fretboard is a little dirty, especially the strings. I'm not sliding. These are not new. They do not have that new feel. So they need to be cleaned, but frankly, probably the first thing I'm going to do is pull these strings off and replace them with some flat wound or semi-flat wound. I prefer flat wound, especially for bass. I don't like all that fret noise. So I'll be doing that, and when I do that, I'll clean up the fretboard, and I will adjust the action. Really good. Intonation is really good. On the A, that's perfect, really. That's 0 cents. And the intonation's off by about 10. So we're off by about 10 cents. Now the Fender was off by 25 cents. So I really think just a minor little adjustment like this much on the truss rod is going to fix that. And 1 cent sharp. 12th string. 1 cent flat, I'll take that. Off by 2 cents, no problem. Oh, and the intonation's perfect. Now let's do one more, the G. That's off by 1, 0, right around 1, 0. That's almost perfectly in tune. 12th fret. Ooh, 12 cents. However, the intonation seems to be really close. So these intonations are pretty close. That seems to be an issue, maybe with the bridge. I'm going to do that. I'm going to replace the nut and the bridge when I replace the strings and lower that action, and also get some bone nuts. This is fake. This is a synthetic bone. It's just I can feel it's just a polyurethane. It's very cheap plastic. All right, so intonation is a little off. Gonna need some adjustments. Gonna need a new bridge, new nut, new strings, cleanup of the fretboard, but otherwise, I mean, it really looks like in pristine condition. It feels great. The action's heavy. I like a heavy action, especially on a bass. Like I said, I wanted that boppy. Let's check out the tuners. Now the tuners, look very stable. Look at that. These are solid, even though, again, they have only one screw holding them on. They seem to be really solidly fastened. It's in mint condition, folks. I paid less than $200. I think it was $230 with tax and shipping. I had it shipped to my house. Not bad for a bass that I'm probably going to use on most of my recordings, say for the next year or two. So there it is. I think I should wrap up this review. Let's go over the pros and cons. What have I got here? I've got a Dean. It's called EABC, Electric Acoustic Bass with a Cutaway. So this was one of my most important requests, was a cutaway. I'm all the way up to 19th, 21st fret. Wow. So this thing actually has 24 frets. Look at that. This is awesome. I really like this bass. Okay. I'm very glad I got this. What do I like about this bass? I love the tone. I love that it's acoustic. It's got a nice big sound. It's got a nice hollow body. It's got a nice big sound hole. I love having a 34-inch scale. I love the extra tension, and I really love the fretboard, the extra real estate on the fretboard. I love having a 24 fretboard. I love the look. I love the finish. I love a natural wood finish, especially on an acoustic guitar. And I love it. I love it right in here. The 7th through, or I should say the 5th through the 9th fret. What do I have a problem with? As I said, there's a little problem with the intonation. The first string, the 4th string seem a little high. So I don't like the synthetic bridge and nut. I think I will get a much richer sound with a bone nut and bridge. I love the electronics. Everything works great. It has a great little preamp. It is just loud as heck. I don't need any boost. I'm very happy with it. Again, this particular guitar has some dirty pots. That's the only real problem I'm having with this guitar in the long run. I will just force some air in there, see if I can clean it out. Oh, the frets. The frets are super low. Super low. Not really worn out, but just started out super low. Really well beveled along here. I like that. Very nicely done. I'm not seeing any quality control issues with sharp frets. Looks good all the way, really even all the way up and down. Well-made neck. The neck is a little uneven. It's not perfectly smooth, if you know what I mean. There's a flat spot right here, and a little indentation. I like the finish on this. I like the natural finish. The satin finish, just not glossy, especially on the neck. My finger slides a little better. Slight imperfections are not going to affect my play. I do like playing an electric bass, but I like this sound. I like the feel. I'm just going to put this out here. I'm basically a guitar player, and so I feel more comfortable doing this with my arm over the... You might wonder, why Dean? Why a Dean guitar? And why now? If you're following the news, you know Dean guitar is having issues. And so I'm a little concerned about whether the guitar case is ever going to get here. Right now it's on back order. I'm glad to get a Dean guitar. I don't have any other Dean guitars. This is probably the only one I will have. It had all the specifications I wanted at the right price, and I do like the sound. All right, well, that's it for the Dean EABC guitar. I give it a thumbs up. Really happy with this gear haul. Great value for the price, and I know I'm going to be playing this bass guitar frequently, often, and making a lot of recordings. So, very happy with this purchase. Hope you liked the video. Leave me comments below. Let me know what you think about acoustic basses. It works for me, and so this is my bass for the foreseeable future. So thanks for watching. Poway Professor. Until next time, stay in tune.